It's not fading away.
Hello.
Good morning.
Mr. Producer, you should have a fade on this thing. At least we can see it coming, so we can come in on time.
I know. Well as we got mid-air with this, isn't it?
Hi everyone, welcome again to another edition of That Show.
No,
Bihashara Wednesday.
Yeah, karibuni sana.
And today I'm wearing a blouse.
You're feeling blouse-ish.
Feeling a bit blousey.
You're stripy in your blouse.
Matching the studio, man. Welcome again to another edition of our show, That Show, here at Galactic Productions.
Yes.
Sponsored by Elixir Wellness and Beyond Fish, where you get all your goodies. Samosas, samaki, all these things, you know, we build you mind, body and spirit.
Like ukitoka kwa hii counter unaambiwa aenda counter number 2. Sort you out, counter number 3.
Now we have even fruit salads.
We entertain you as we feed you after we are done with that panel beating shape.
I hear Elixir are doing events now.
Mazejo.
Team building.
Those are networking events.
Networking events.
That thing was grand. That thing was grand. Yani.
Things like that.
Maze?
Yep.
Inabidi. This year watu wamekaa ndani sana, so we got a chance to host nurses in Africa.
Yeah.
And they had a networking event, and they got a chance to come out and play, like literally play. those music, there was a lot of sunshine. Sunshine.
You guys, I literally got sunburned.
Yeah, Maze.
I was peeling.
This sun. That rain.
I think in another life I was a Kamuzungu somewhere.
Kamudhogo. Yeah. But yeah, so that's Elixir, and this morning our session ilikuwa short and sweet. Lakini
short and sweet.
Misuli, but it's good. We're getting ready for January.
Real talk.
I'm just saying. So, karibuni sana. Welcome to That Show. Today is Wednesday. You know how we do on Wednesdays.
Money. In a rich man's world. We all know I can't sing, but I try every time.
We can all sing. You just do it at different notes and frequencies.
When you hear people who tell you we can all sing.
It's just like I tell people, if you can walk, you can dance. So it's
my mouth here very quietly, not saying anymore. Anyway, guys, so today we're going to talk about a lot of things to do with money as usual, but we're going to talk about really doing our due diligence, and it just means looking before we leap. Yeah. You know what I mean? Doing
your homework, going that extra mile, finding out extra information.
Exactly. There are a lot of opportunities out here. And if we really take time to know what's what and what's bringing what in, you know, then we can capitalize, you know, on these opportunities. Because that's what makes the difference between a high risk thing and a low risk thing. And investment, savings, whatever, you know, being a borrower, you know, we have to think about, I mean, you hear all the time now, like people saying, I took a loan, and these people are now rolling it over, and these people are now adding extra money, and these people are now calling my relatives, and these people are now, you know, number one.
I've become a nuisance.
Exactly.
So it's spreading.
Exactly. Number one, when we take a loan, it doesn't matter whether we take it from a relative, from a friend, or we ask somebody to mama mboga nipatie ya 200 nitakuletea pesa kesho, ama Friday nikilipwa, whatever it is that we take, we need to make sure that we honor our word. Because the moment you take a loan with any of these lending apps or companies, what you're doing is you're saying, give me a loan, even if it's a short-term loan or a long-term loan, and they tell you, these are our payment conditions. If you default, can we please start asking? if I default, what are the
happens?
penalties?
Yes, ask. It's important to ask.
You know what I mean?
So that when you're caught with your pants down, you're like, I didn't know. But
Exactly.
you didn't
I'm
read
feeling
the fine
harassed.
print.
I'm feeling, you know what I mean?
You're feeling harassed because you didn't read the fine print.
Yeah. Let's really think about. Hi, Tamara.
Hi, Tamara. Good morning.
So let's really think about what's happening when we are going to borrow money. And there's a lot of borrowing, and there's been a lot of borrowing in 2020.
Yeah.
2020 has been a year of plenty borrowing. Yeah. A lot of us have either lost our jobs, but when you have to borrow, because people say, but I had to. Okay, you had to. But did you do your homework to see who's the best person to lend me money? Where am I more likely to pay back this money?
Yes.
And if I don't pay back this money on time,
what
are the penalties? People, please ask. Before you go on any of these online channels and saying, oh, these people are harassing me, or they're calling my mother, or they're calling my sick father, or they're calling my relatives, or all these things.
Something like this was going to happen.
Well, maybe you didn't know, but you should have known. Yeah. You should have done your due diligence. You should have asked yourself, why am I borrowing this money? And more importantly, can I pay back?
Yeah. Always. But people don't ask themselves these questions. Like, why? We keep talking about know your why. Always know your why.
Do I have to borrow this money? Or is there another way?
Yeah.
Aki leo asubuhi, and I will bring this up on Friday because I want to kasirika about this one. I think we have space for another mkasiriko.
You should put a pin on it.
Because somebody has come on an online platform for savers and said, hey, even me, I have their 600. You're risking being put on CRB for 600 shillings. Something that unaweza enda hapa hivi kwa wholesale, uchukue tropical za one packet, uende uze, maybe hata profit hiyo tropical litakulipia hiyo 600.
Yeah. Mayai ziko hapa zinauzwa. Sasa ni season ya maembe. There's so many things you do to get that 600
you can do to get that 600 to pay that money back, because now you're going to look for a job. And these people say, si work with CRB, if that's the worst that they could do. Now your employer goes and checks CRB and sees that this person aliwekwa CRB kwa sababu ya 600. Ama sijui kama wanaonanga nini umewekewa, ama tu wanaona yuko na record, But if they see uliwekwa CRB juu ya 600 shillings,
do you think they're still going to employ?
Why would I want to employ somebody like that who cannot take initiative to pay back
the
600 shillings?
A small debt. So you can imagine, if you can't pay 600 bob, are you going to pay 6k? Are you going to pay 6k?
What other money are you going to pay? How are you going to work for me?
Exactly. So, do you think
wewe ni mtu yani akili yako haifikiri?
So sita
the box.
Yani ukidecide unataka kulipa so kila siku, it will take you less than a week to pay that money.
Even if you took that 600 and you said I'll pay it back within a month. That's 150 per week. Per week.
Honestly.
Because these people don't just run to CRB to put your name there. There are processes. If you're lent by a responsible lender who the government says can put you on CRB, there is a process, and you should know this process before you ever take their money.
It's important. People always rush to pick those loans because they're like, I'm being offered, because nowadays you see like you get those SMSs.
Safaricom, please stop spamming people with your loans. Yani ukituma mpesa sa kidogo, you are entitled to.
Exactly.
And I'm sure, exactly. And I'm sure it's not only Safaricom, because we sell
other companies.
Yeah, Elixir sells stuff on Jumia. Yes. And all the time you hear Jumia sending you an email.
Yes.
oh,
You're
you're
not
entitled
eligible
to, you're eligible for a loan up to 50,000.
I don't want to.
Guys, just because you're eligible doesn't mean you have to take that loan.
Because for them, that's marketing.
Yes.
They're marketing themselves.
And it's not just marketing.
Yes. You don't even know why you're taking that money. You don't need it.
Utaikula hii Christmas iishe.
Alafu ikakuwa half, ilitoka 40, ikakuwa 20, kutoka March. Mpaka sasa umekuwa survive on that 20. Lakini sasa unaona, you're now eligible for 90k.
Yeah. You're taking it. You don't know why you're taking. So
exactly.
Guys, number one, yes, let us identify why we are borrowing. Once we've identified why we are borrowing, let us, if we don't understand the instruments available to us, let us seek advice. Many of us have bank accounts, which means you have either a relationship manager, personal, or you can walk into your bank and say, I would like to borrow. What are your terms? And am I eligible?
Yeah.
And what would make me eligible?
Yeah.
Now, once you know what the criteria is, now measure yourself again, measure your bank against other lenders, and think to yourself, ask your bank again, if I was to default, what are the penalties? How would you go about retrieving your money? You see what I mean? Because a lot of people are now outsourcing. You know, so once they give your details to their debt collectors, these debt collectors will now employ, it's now the debt collectors' terms and conditions.
Yes. Now it's not the bank anymore.
Yes.
Now it's not your lender anymore.
Yeah.
So now they twist it up.
But before it ever gets to the debt collectors, the bank has engaged you.
Yes, severally.
Yeah.
And you're there, you're like,
so let's stop hiding our heads in the sand. Even if you did not read the terms and conditions, and now it's going against you. Let us stop hiding our heads in the sand and go back, face the music. You know, ulichukua deni, lipa deni.
It's that simple.
Na kama hawezi lipa deni, deal with the consequences. When we were kids, and our parents were very good at this. Most of our parents, if you're in your 30s and 40s, and maybe late 20s, most of our parents were sadists.
What?
Na walitufundisha, na kuenda juu sasa. Walitufundisha, actions have consequences. And they were immediate.
Like everything had consequences.
Consequence.
Ati umeanguka du.
Action. Consequence.
Umemwaga chai du.
You know.
So fanya homework, umeamka late. Everything had.
We knew, even in school, if you got to school late, it was corporal punishment. You came to school in the wrong uniform, corporal punishment. Basically, we knew actions have consequences. So we are a generation of people who have grown knowing that actions have consequences.
Everyone.
Yes. Ukifanya hivyo ndakuchapa, consequence. So unajua either nifanye nichapwe ama nisifanye nisichapwe.
Exactly.
It's very simple. So when we go to these institutions to borrow, please find out what the penalties are. Find out the terms and conditions. Read the fine print. Ask where you're not sure. Hello, Gada. Hello. I hope hauna deni.
Good morning
again, everyone. This is a topic that is very close to my heart.
Barry Bayo Duka.
Good morning. Hello, Barry.
Alinga pale alijibwaga. Mtu ambie kama umelipa deni Barry.
No, the thing is,
ama who owes you money?
Deni, if you're going to invest at some point, deni is almost inevitable. But atuongei juu ya ati usikwe na deni. Ni borrow responsibly. You see?
No, why you borrowing?
Exactly.
Do you need to borrow? Do you need this amount? Do you need this amount? When are you going to pay it back? Please plan on paying it back.
Mimi, venye mwambia watu ni
watu wache tu tabia mbaya.
Hata saa zingine si tabia mbaya, saa zingine ni bahati mbaya. Sometimes you borrow with the intention of paying.
Yes.
Bad things happen to you. You know.
Communicate. Yes.
Now, communicate with the people who have lent you the money. Whether it's the bank, and then ask them, what is the penalty? If I can avoid this penalty, how can I avoid this penalty?
Yeah. How can we work together so that nisiwakose na pia mimi nisijingishe kwa shida ingine?
Because as it is, I've lost my job. I don't know when I'm going to get the next job.
Yes.
You applying more and more, I know it's your policy, but you applying more interest on this debt is
that's going to make
counterintuitive, because I probably might not be able to pay this debt. Then you have to write it off as bad debt. You don't get paid. Yes, jinangu meharibika, lakini kama siwezi lipa. Lakini ukiwa approach, at least,
because they don't know you can't pay. Until you let them know that you can't pay, then you'll be given.
Watu wengi hapa nje wanachochana kwa mtandao ati si pia mimi niliwalenga tu, wewe block tu, wewe delete tu namba yao.
Sweetie, you have 5 years at least you've been blacklisted. And guess what? Utatafuta job, hiyo itakuwa ni kitu yenye itakuwa inakuja hivi employer wako nini your prospective anaangalia anasema hapana, I don't want this one. Umeenda kuomba kwingine hapana, this one. There's always a strike for you. Pay the damn thing. That's all you need. Uliomba, you were very nice, ulininyenyekea sana ukienda kuomba. Come up with the plan.
So zingine hata siku nyenyekea, so zingine tu you downloaded an app
and they were like, what on pay for? Okay. Hebu jaribu. Imeka mazejo nimepata hii app.
Alafu sasa unajua you download the next app and the next app, before you know it you are owing 20k at a very high interest rate to 5 different lenders. Today I saw someone saying, just borrow from another one to pay this one.
But that's how it is.
So basically,
borrow from one to pay 2.
Yes.
Then next time you pay 2, so that you can lend 3 and 4.
The problem is when you start doing that, it's just a cycle. So then you run out of money. And you borrow,
more because when you're borrowing from 2 to pay 1, 2 is giving you more. So at 1 you borrowed 1, here they're giving you 3. So you borrow 3 so that you can pay 1, and then you spend this other one instead of paying.
So before you know it, you're in trouble. So guys, number 1, let us really avoid borrowing from these lending apps. From these unscrupulous, some of them are unscrupulous lenders. We all know that there's very little policing around it by our government. So let us avoid this stress by really just looking at living within our means. Kama ni pesa ya kuenda dunda usiombe.
Si important.
Kama ni pesa ya kukula nyama usiombe.
Ya kuenda Christmas.
It's really not that difficult to downsize when things go wrong. You've lost your job, start looking for a smaller house. Or start drive your car less. Stop those small journeys that cost you more money. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we say, sina pesa. Lakini if you look at our lifestyle, the things that we buy, mimi sina pesa ya kulipa deni, lakini nywele lazima nitengeneze, kucha lazima nitengeneze, nini lazima nifanye, so we go spending, kwa bar lazima niende na mabesti wangu, kanyama lazima niekelee, we go spending on things that don't really serve us apart from that element of instant gratification. So we really need to think about why we're borrowing. And on the subject of borrowing and really doing our due diligence, there are certain innovations. Like let's just start with M-Pesa. When M-Pesa started, people laughed. People said, itafanyaje kazi? How can you trust them? We trust banks. Exactly. Natumaje pesa kwa simu. We trust banks that we've been with for a long time. But M-Pesa now has revolutionized how we do business. It's revolutionized how we live. It's revolutionized everything, because if you think about it, there are places in this country that people are doing business where banks don't exist, but they still do business. You know what I mean?
Telecoms came through.
There are farmers in this country that paliwako kutoka hapo mpaka kwa bank ni shida.
The distance.
Exactly.
So that's time wasted.
That's it. But akifanya kwa M-Pesa, Watu wanaweza kuja wanunue vitu wamlipe kwa M-Pesa and yeah. Hapa kwa mama mboga maybe hana bank account because some of these bank accounts charge money. Yes, there are free accounts, but there are some that charge money. And so it becomes very difficult. And then obviously if the huyu mtu hana smartphone, which means that hata hizi apps, they can't take advantage of mobile banking. And even those people who have smartphones like some of us, we still find it difficult because some of these banking systems are still shit. So we choose to maybe still transact on like mobile platforms like M-Pesa and the rest of them because it's easier, more efficient, and they work the vast majority of the time. You know what I mean? Efficiency. That saves you money in the long run. However, the reason why I talk about this is because there are some people out here wakisikia there's a new idea washaika pyramid scheme, premium tiers. Don't just listen to people blindly. Let us do our due diligence. Let us really look at this. Is it a good idea? I talk about this from a point of view where I saw this thing this week about people leasing shelves in CBD or other areas. Now, this is a small business that cannot afford to have a shop in, say, the CBD. But they have customers who want to see their products. So they rent shelves. So they say this shelf is yours for 3K a month. So whenever you get a customer, you can send your customers there to go see your products, to go pick up, to go, So it runs as if you have a shop there. You see. I don't know quite the ins and outs of it, but the big thing came up when somebody said that this is a scam. There are shops in town now that are not big organizations that are already renting shelves because they know that as a standalone, they can't make enough money to make rent. Or even if they do, they want that extra income.
So it's like if I have an online shop and say I sell spices and not everyone can access me and come to Donholm, and of course not my clientele is not only in Donholm. And there's somebody who's going to ask me, is there a place where I can see your product? So I can go to town and rent a shelf and have my stuff displayed there. So somebody can pick up there, somebody can select from there.
So, and I think it's exactly.
Is that a scam?
But no, the scam bit or the bit where people were saying it's a scam is this organization has literally made it a big thing. So what they're doing is they're asking for investment, and the way I see this is a way of them seeking capital to expand their already existing and thriving business
because they know there's demand.
So what they've said is you pay 16,000 per month.
All right.
And out of this 16,000 per not per month, for the year to lease a shelf. For this 16,000, you get back 2,000 per month. So at the end of the year, you've got 24,000. Which anyone who's doing their math knows that's 50% return on investment. There's no savings account in this world at the moment. In the world. If you know somewhere, please tell us so that we can all put our money there.
We want to go.
There is no savings account in this world with the low interest rates that we are currently experiencing that will give you return on investment of 50%. There are very few businesses out here right now that will give you a return on investment of 50%. Even if it was just 25% return on investment. This is passive income. Do you see? And this is where people don't understand between passive income and getting something for nothing. You see, where people need to start learning that we need to work hard for our money and then make our money work hard for us. You see,
you don't always have to work.
Exactly.
You have to work smart.
So it's the same as I work for my money, for my employer or in my business. I take this money and put it in a savings account. I take this money and buy bonds and buy shares and invest in a certain kind of way.
Wale watu wa kusema side gig.
Yeah.
I don't want to use that other word.
Exactly.
Left.
Yes.
Because you already worked for this money. Sindio?
Yeah.
Umelipwa mshahara yako.
Yeah.
Umechukua hii pesa yako, umegawa vile umegawa, sindio? You've put this amount aside. You're investing somewhere. You're saving your money. You're multiplying your money.
Yeah. So I think before we villainize or before we say something is a pyramid scheme, by the way, let's just clarify this. Yeah. A pyramid scheme is something that is set up without a clear product or service. Yeah. Or without a product or service. The only way they're making money is through recruitment. You see, but there's nothing that is being sold
here. There's
nothing
that's being sold. There's no product.
Which means people are coming in and giving money. People are coming in and giving money. And the people who joined first are getting this money by bringing other people in to give money.
Yeah. So,
you see?
End of pyramid.
Yeah?
Mnauza nini?
What
are you selling? What are you buying?
How sustainable is this thing?
This 2K that you're giving.
Yeah.
What are you buying?
Exactly.
What are you buying into?
Yes.
Unaona?
How sustainable is this thing?
Yeah.
What are we gaining as a people from this thing?
What's the next step? What's their plan?
You know what I mean?
Vision? What's their mission?
Yeah. So people are so quick to shout, you only premium tiers. Oh, you only. No. Yes. Hear them. But do your own homework.
Exactly. Because it's just a new idea. There's always a new idea coming up every day.
There's innovation, and Africa is the home of innovation.
The hub, man.
You know, we have so much talent out here. We have there's so much we have in terms of resources, human resources, natural resources. Africa is rich. Yeah. But we are so suspicious that when we see something new, something that could potentially be good and make us money, we just
immediately go up in defensive.
You're
up in arms. You're like,
tumegongwa hapa nje. You know,
but see, you learn.
There are scams out here. Yeah. They are. But please don't discount something because someone else said it's a scam. Yeah. Do your due diligence. Really look at a business model. Yeah. Look at the business model and think about this. Yeah. Always when we want to invest, we have to think, why am I investing? Is it something that I'm actually interested in?
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
You know, because if you're not actually interested in something that you're investing in, if you don't understand it, it's stuff like cryptocurrency now. You know, there's a lot of people dealing in cryptocurrency, but there are those people who want to, but they can't because they don't understand. There's a lot of people who are dealing in Forex. And they understand it and they're making money. Yeah. But there are those people who don't understand it at all.
They're like, how is this?
You know, no ukienda hapo hivyo upate tu kimtu kingine kinataka kukugonga. Hata kugonga because you don't understand it.
Exactly.
You really don't understand it. So you really have no business kuingia kwa hiyo story.
Kuingia kwa hiyo biz because you don't know anything about it, you don't understand. Haikuji.
Yeah.
No. So, any research, due diligence.
Yeah.
Just
let us research stuff before we discount stuff.
We have the internet. We have all this information. Like, uko na simu, ingia kwa simu, angalia. Toka kwa memes kidogo basi. That's all I ask. Because maybe hii kitu ya kugongwa hii ati siku angalia, like remember like the last one, remember the one that went viral some few weeks ago.
Yeah.
The one for what crowd, I don't something. Ati you seeing guys posting jets and flashy cars and clothes and whatnot.
A lot of times we are scammed because of greed.
There's nothing like quick cash. Hakuna kitu kama quick cash.
No, iko kitu kama quick cash, but
I don't believe in quick cash.
But it's expensive in most cases. You know, because to be honest with you, you can get rich quick if you're the first to market with a certain product.
Hiyo itakuja.
You know what I mean? You were the first person to do something.
COVID millionaires.
I'll see.
Kuna wale walikula pesa yao vizuri.
Kwa sababu walianza walisikia tu mass kweli. Wose alikuwa anashona nguo akatan factory yake yote inaitwa mass production.
From now on hizo shati mnashona weekend.
Wataneni nazo
material tunakata hivi. Tunatengeneza mask. Sema barakoa nani? But it's a plan. No, and at least the first guys who did it, they got their money. Walikaa wakafanya research wakasema, mazejo hii kitu haiko hapa peke yake. Iko worldwide. So badala hao watu kuleta, you hit it while it's still hot.
That's it.
Unaona? So again, walifanya research, wakajua hapa kuna pesa. So just take your time. Sit down
before you borrow, before you save, before you do any of this stuff. I mean, savings at least answer to mahali, you know, to build that.
Hata hiyo 200, hata hiyo 100, hata 20 bob. Umechukua 20 bob yenye unge waste. Ungefanya tu kitu yenye si important really. Umeweka kando. Remember like that guy who was the one for the jerrycan. This guy had a jerrycan. Mtungi ya maji imejaa hivi.
Mapesa.
There
was another one yesterday who had like a 5-liter bottle. Hizi za maji. Alianza tu kuweka manoti hapo. Every time akipata kitu mekalusa naeka. This guy yesterday he said he started in April. April
COVID money.
So and he was like oh my god, you know what, I've been struggling but I wanted to build that habit of saving. And he said I couldn't wait until the end of December because that's when like the challenge runs from January 1st of January to 31st of December. He said yani mimi yani ilishika mbaya lakini yeye alianzia challenge hapo hivyo April May. He said yani ilikuja ikashika vibaya nini imebidi nikate hii kitu mapema. And he cut it and he had 37,000.
See, and he only had 2 weeks to go to the end of the year. And but that got to a point and it didn't even start in January. So you can imagine if it started in January.
You know,
it's not impossible. Alianza April.
Exactly.
Angalia sai mpaka December.
That's it. Na unacheki mtu kama huyo sahi maybe alikuwa nafikiria wacha nichukue loan ama juu hapo ndo pale nimefika. But he's built himself a safety net. And now he can take part of that money and loan himself and even maybe take that money and invest it in something and save so that now he has another source of income coming. You know, because we hear all the time that if you want to leave this rat race, if you want to leave this hand to mouth existence, if you want to have a chance of having financial freedom or financial independence or even some kind of stress-free life when it comes to your money, you have to have multiple streams of income. You cannot rely on one stream of income. Yani pesa yako tu inatokanga kwa salary. Ama pesa yako tu inatokanga tu kwa hii biashara moja. You have to have multiple streams. Which means kama ni savings at least inakuletea kitu. Kama uko na chama at least inakuletea kitu. Maybe umeweka pesa yako kwa bonds. Maybe tena sasa uko na salary. Na maybe hapa kando uko na kabiashara. So all these things are bringing for you kidogo. And that money is also, if it's not needed, somewhere being reinvested. You know, so that if you do in the unlikely event or in the unfortunate event that you lose your job or your business fails or something happens or business is slow, you're not now sitting there thinking, guy, what can I do?
I'm dead.
You know, like us, we were sitting down the other day thinking, guys, see, we are broke. And then we thought, hey, we have like a popcorn machine somewhere.
But we have money sleeping
you
here.
Know. We have like a display unit.
Oh my God.
You know, so let's get out here on a Sunday when there's a market, utilize and display our wares.
Yeah, it's that simple.
You know what I mean?
You're sitting, use what you have. That's what we are saying. Use what we have.
You know,
uko pale kwa jikoni uko na vitu zako uko na tu display wako uko na chefing dishes nini cook something, put them there.
Yes,
weka mahali.
Exactly.
People will come and eat.
That's it. And people will always eat. or people will always like find musemaje.
Yeah, consumables.
We all have a talent.
Oh, we do.
We all do. No,
you're lucky it's more than one.
Multi-potentialite like Night and Atieno. I have talents on talents.
Talentas.
You know.
Yeah.
Mimi sikupewa moja, na sikupewa mbili, nilipewa mingi. Na lakini I only found out about all my talents because I said yes more than I said no. Sharon, twende tufanye. Let's go. Sharon, can you do this? Give me 24 hours.
Bas, nimeenda hivi na come.
You know.
You have to
Google, YouTube, nini?
That job, and highlight on the word job.
Yes.
Is not your talent.
Yeah.
ni kazi yako too. Yes. It's just the one way for you to make money. But now imagine you apply yourself.
Yeah. Me kuna time niko Minnesota, and there was this bag that I used to like.
Yeah.
It's just one of these.
A sling bag.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're called. Is
a
nakwanga tu na nini moja na like it's a bag like this, but iko tu na hiyo nini moja.
Kama the sling bag.
Yeah, hiyo. Yeah. So what I did was I thought I really like this bag, and I actually like sewing.
Yeah.
What can I do? So I took my last money and bought a sewing machine and some fabric, African fabric.
Yeah.
So easy Ankara. I took that. Nikararua ile bag yangu nikatoanisha stitches.
Yeah.
Nikaitumia kama template.
Yeah.
And I started making bags. And I started selling bags.
Yeah.
You know?
You
After nitoke kwa msoto nikaona hii kitu ina take too much of my time.
Exactly.
And I actually enjoyed doing other things.
Yes.
You see what I mean?
Like just try. Exactly. Unaangalianga hivi unaona because unaweza pata maybe you like dressing up.
Yes.
And you're always taking your clothes to the fundi and asking the fundi tengeneza hivi na hivi.
Yes.
When you designer nani?
100%.
When you designer, because if you can go and instruct someone and ask them, you know what, this is the plan.
Yes.
If you go to vile uko, go get fabric, go make something. Night Atieno, I have this outfit.
That's it.
I have an outfit for you.
Yes.
If it fits me and it fits me perfectly,
yes.
Why am I not going to pay for that outfit?
Exactly.
No. So you have talent. Just sit down, search yourself.
Yes.
Ikibidi kalamu na karatasi, please. Andika tu uone kati hizo.
Yeah.
Which one is going to appeal to you? Which one is going to speak to you right now? And do it. Kama wewe unapenda kupika, pika. Kama unapenda kushona, shona. Whatever you're shonaing, it could be table mats, it could be coasters, you could be making socks, booties, whatever.
Just do it.
Changamka. Chaka.
Do you like Nike?
Just
do it.
Just do
you
it.
Know. But I think the biggest thing when we are trying to establish multiple streams of income is if you have a job, nobody's saying give up your job. All we're saying is there are other things that you could do besides having a job. This year has taught us that there's no security in jobs. Businesses are also fragile. Because at the end of the day, trends sometimes, there are those businesses that will always make money because these are things that we need all the time. So easy anguka, you know. But kuna zile unajua maybe uliingia kwa sababu it's a trend. But kama uliingia juu ya trend, diversify. Think about what else can I do with this business.
Exactly.
Just in case my core business
2020 lingena sanitizer, nilikuwa na kapesa mahali nikainvest nikaanza kuuza sanitizer. Sawa, this thing is becoming manageable ama imeisha ama whatever it is. So inamaanisha hii demand ya sanitizer imepungua. So uko na job yako, uko na side gig yako, you're selling sanitizer. So if anything uko na kapesa, uko na fallback. So bado tena uko na dodana ya kupika ama kufanya vitu zingine. So
and let us learn to save, because when we learn to save,
that's important.
What happens is when those life events happen, you can lend to yourself. Like literally, you can say, "Aki, nikubaya this month." Maybe I'm sick. Nini mefanyika, something unusual, something yenye sikuwa na expect.
Kitu ilivunjika na lazima tu replace.
Exactly. I can go and take 5,000 shillings from my savings
and sort this
and
out.
Please pay yourself back. Please pay your debts to yourself.
You
don't just
loaned
take
yourself money.
Yes.
Umejikopesha.
That's it.
Maybe you had your targets, you knew why you're saving, again, knowing your why.
Yes.
You knew why you're saving. You took 5,000 out, put 5,000 back.
Bas.
Rudisha 5,000. Kwa sababu unaona vile imekusaidia sahi, ndio vile itasaidia next time. Unaona na plus ulikuwa na plan already.
Yes.
You knew, okay, by this time I need to have maybe 200k, I need to have 20k, I need to have this money. If you don't put it back, at the end of your window period you had given yourself, you won't have it.
That's
it. Pay yourself, pay it back, pay that debt back.
Yeah.
Rudisha tu pesa.
Pay yourself before you pay anyone else. Like, kama umejiambia ndakuwa na 6,500 per month, when you receive your salary, when you receive your money from your business, wherever your money is coming from, pay that 500 to yourself first. Put that savings away first. Before you start spending.
Yeah. Because when you're spending, your mind is not thinking you're 500.
If you're getting paid, exactly. If you're being paid 20,000 and you want to save 2,000 per month, usihesabu unalipwa 20,000, hesabu unalipwa 18,000. Hiyo ndio
budgeting for 18k.
Exactly.
Whatever it is you're planning, you know, niko na 18k.
That's it. Exactly. Yeah. So when you ask yourself, how much do I get paid? Don't think 20,000. Think 18. If you've decided I want to save 10k per month, and you usually earn 50,000, your salary is now at 40,000. Hapo ndo unachezea. Hiyo ndo pesa yako. Hiyo ingine umejilipa for a rainy day. To start accumulating some type of passive income.
Your deductions.
Yeah.
It's like the way they do with the paychecks and whatnot. You're like, unakuanga ile do inakufikia alafu kuna ile do ilikisha kwa deducted.
Kuna ile unaambiwa you will be paid 100,000 a year. But no, a year. Tuseme a year or a month. Basically, the figure on paper when you take that job and your take home is very different.
Tofauti nani?
Musema afadhali nikwe on a lower tax band and take home more. Because like, for example, like a country like the UK, there are people being taxed 40%, 50%. So the more you earn, unateki. So tuseme wewe unalipwa 50,000 a year. So at 50,000 a year, at maybe unataxiwa 40% of that 50,000. Wewe na mwenye yuko na wewe na ule mtu yuko na salary ya 25,000, unajua amna difference kubwa sana in terms of take home money. So again, due diligence. Before you are enticed by these big salaries, think about how much of this money am I actually taking home. Think about not as you take home peke yake. Think about what other benefits are there in this job. Because you might not be taking home much, but these people pay for insurance, they pay school fees, they pay housing allowance. So basically, when you do all of your maths, it's better to take a smaller salary with all these benefits than take a big salary with none of these benefits.
Any day, every day.
You see,
15k, like again, niko na medical, niko na housing, niko na transport, niko na entertainment.
Bas,
give me what you want.
Sindio?
Hizi zingine ziko sote.
Mimi nipatieni hata hiyo 30k. Kwa sababu kwa hiyo 30k sasa, kama mmesema mshahara wangu ni 30k, inamaanisha mimi tax yangu ni very low.
Bas.
But I earn 100,000 a year.
Give me 30k any day with all these perks.
See me sipping my coffee.
Company car, fuel ni ya company. Nipatieni hiyo 30k mimi nitachukua. Although mimi siwezi andikwa, I am not really employable. Like seriously,
I made peace with that. I was like,
you know,
it's there's some people who do it well. But if you know you can't, be honest with yourself.
Because unajua there are those of us who were born to be entrepreneurs, and we cannot be employed because we are defined by our job title. When you're employed, you're defined by your job title. You can't generally see, like, oh, you put in a box. So, and as an entrepreneur, it's there are no 2 days that are the same. No 2 days are the same. Whereas sometimes when we're employed, especially in those menial, doing tasks that are repetitive, not menial maybe, but just repetitive. You know?
As in you wake up and you already know how your day is going to end.
Yeah.
Ushafanya kazi yako.
Exactly. So it's like for some of us, this just kills your soul.
Yeah. Immediately. Like by week 2 or month 2, you're tired, you're done, you're like, I can't open it anymore. I don't want to.
Can't live.
Do I have to go to? But when you're self-employed, my friend, you wake up feeling some type of leo sitaki kuamka, then you're like, leo nilikuwa na wapikiz I gotta go, unajua.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, hapana, somebody is not going to lala without a salon because of me. So
yeah. So again, let us ask ourselves why. Why am I saving? Why am I borrowing? Hapo kwa savings data si sana sana. Kwa sababu hapo hivyo bora tu na save. Because at the end of the day, that money will come in handy when you're ready for it.
There's always a rainy day somewhere.
But it's good to have a purpose.
Yeah.
Because when you have a purpose, you know I'm saving for that purpose.
Yeah.
I want to save 20,000 this year for that. But hata kama ni bash, hata kama ni birthday yako,
it's your why. It is your why. Nataka kwenda Maldives. Nataka bash. Nataka ku renovate house. I want a new wardrobe. I want to get rid of it is your why. Yours. Why?
Yeah.
Don't explain it to anybody but yourself.
Yeah.
No. Just know why.
Yeah.
Why are you borrowing? Why are you saving?
Yeah.
Why you spending? Why are you investing here?
Yeah.
Why this one?
Yes.
Why not the other one?
Because when you ask why, you start asking the other people the right questions.
Yes.
What am I getting? What's my return on investment? What are the penalties if I don't pay? What are the repercussions of me joining this circle as opposed to the other one? How likely are they to give me a loan to, if I wanted to buy land and build, to do that? How likely are they as a bank to work with me through this process of buying land, building? How likely are they to recommend the right lawyers to me? How likely are they? What am I paying for? What expertise can these people bring to the table? Because remember, it's your money. So always expect something back for your money. Don't just put your money in any bank. Ask yourself, when I'm ready to achieve these goals that I have, how likely are these people to work with me?
Or they'll just leave me hanging, leave me there.
You know,
boss.
And sometimes you know how likely they are by looking at previous stories.
Yes.
By looking at reviews. By speaking to other customers of these institutions.
The same way you go perusing through people's reviews when you're downloading apps.
Yes.
It's the same way you should go about this other thing.
That's it.
It's that simple.
You know.
No, because it's equally as important. You're spending your money, your hard-earned money.
That's it.
Hapana. Mimi
hata kama ilikuwa pesa ya kuibwa, unajua
uli risk maisha yako ukaiba hiyo pesa.
Such like things.
You risked your life. You were there, you had a moment of akiningeshikwa. Aya sawa, sasa hujashikwa, now you have it in hand.
Yeah.
How do you want this risk to pay you back?
Exactly.
Because it has to pay you back.
Yeah.
Because if you're not careful, itakunywa maji, my friend.
That's it. So I think you were going to talk about customer relations. I don't know what that's about.
And you see again, it goes well with the last one we just spoke about, knowing your why.
Yeah.
Because again, if you're in a business and you started a business because it's a trend, and then you don't go and do your research, so you know nothing about this business, you just know it has good money.
Yeah.
Your customers are going to come in. Your customers are going. When you find customers who have questions, they come in with their whys.
Yeah.
Then you don't know how to answer this why.
Yeah.
Kwa nini lakini sasa nikitumia hii?
Yeah.
How is it going to help me?
Yeah.
And how long do I have to take it?
Yeah.
How do I like if it's say like a food,
yeah,
how many times do I eat it? Why do I eat this? Why not this one?
Yes.
No, if you don't know your product, if you don't know your service,
yes,
you won't be able to relate with your customers well.
Yes.
And honestly, if you don't care, you won't care about the pricing because you've decided it's 210 shillings.
Exactly.
Pay 210.
That's
probably
it.
That 210 is a bit too high or it's a bit too low. And there's somebody who's going to come and ask you, lakini nini yako hii bei iko chini, because you can imagine that's somebody who's gone and done their research and they're like, the value of this thing is up here, because as humans we like free things but we always question free things. You're like, why is this thing free? Because it's expired. I mean, it's almost expiring. Just like, did you steal it? Like, what's the story behind it?
We're just suspicious.
Yeah, we're just suspicious. You know, you're always asking questions. You're like, ati free.
Yes.
Ati buy one get 3 free.
Yes.
Why 3? Why not the other way around? Buy 3 get 1 free. Yeah, so you can imagine, like, make sure your customers are satisfied. They come to you with questions. Be ready to answer these questions, because there's somebody who doesn't know this product. There's somebody who doesn't understand this service. You're like, okay, sawa, nataka kukuja gym.
Yeah.
Na nataka nataka tu kulispoti. Wewe kama trainer unajua kabisa is a lie. Haiwezi enda tu hiyo peke yake. Itaenda na vitu zingine na itaongeza vitu zingine kwingine. Unaona, when you're honest with your client, you'll explain to them and tell them, okay, so I understand, I can help you reduce that part.
Yes.
But in the long run, this is going to reduce, this might go with, this might increase.
Yeah.
You have to know your product. Yeah. Kama it's a consumable, again, like food or whatever. They'll come to you, they'll ask you questions. How many times do I have to take this? If I take this, what are the side effects?
Yes.
If I don't take it, what's going to happen? Do I have to go back to the beginning? Unaona? Be there for your customer. Sawa, ukiingia, you got into the business because it's a trend.
Yeah.
But just do your homework.
Yeah.
Know your product, know whatever you're dealing in. Unaona? Kwa sababu unaweza pata inafika time, 2 months later your business is going flat.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the price.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the product. Maybe it's the customer service. Because
Yes.
you're thinking, akile duka ule nani anakuanga rude.
Yes.
You go there, they just talk to you, sir, anyhow. You call them, people are answering you, the phone just rings off the hook, and like there's no relationship between the customer and the client. I mean the what do you call it? The shop and the client.
Yeah.
Hakuna relationship hapo katikati. People want to be pampered. People want to be taken care of in all literal sense.
Yeah.
So, guys, whatever biz it is you're doing, whatever service it is, whatever product it is.
Yes.
When alisema customer is king, alikuwa ana cheat because
Alikuwa ana cheat.
No, because if there are no clients, who's buying from your business?
No, but on the flip side, it's good to know your customers.
Yeah.
It's good to please them.
Yes.
But what we have to remember as entrepreneurs is we can't always please everybody.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
True.
So as long as you're giving a good service at the right price and generally everything is going well, let us remember that not all customers will be satisfied no matter what
The money is expensive.
Do you see? And if you have a team, if you have staff members, if you have anyone working with or for you, they are king.
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true.
So even the customer is king is a falsehood.
Uko ndo kule pesa inatoka.
Uko ndo kule pesa inatoka, but hiyo pesa itatoka tu only, as you said at the beginning of what you're saying, if they receive something that they perceive as value for money.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Now, all those problems you've just highlighted come as a result of leadership not taking care of their people. You see, if you have someone manning your calls and you don't take care of them, guess what they're going to do? They're going to watch that phone ring off the hook. If you have somebody and you don't take care of them, and a customer comes and talks to them anyhow, they'll be like, kwani ni job yangu? Kwani huko?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't
we have an example of this happening right now at our gates, at our main gates, with the security. This company has been neglecting their duties, they've been neglecting their people, and as a result now they get incompetent security guards, and the turnaround is so high that mwenye alinifungulia jana usiku sijui kama yeye atanifungulia leo usiku ama kesho usiku ama hiyo kesho ingine. There's a week we had almost a different one every
like
day.
4 guards,
You know what I mean?
Okay, within a span of 3 days.
It was 4 days or 5 days. It was like a different one, and then this one went, and then this one wasn't there, and then the one that was on Wednesday came back on Friday. So like, I don't know whether we're coming or going. So this is what I always say. Yes, your customer is right. But if you have a team, unless it's just the team of unless my business is just Sharon, as long as I have someone else working with me, under me, or for me, or whatever, we have to take care of our people. You know? Richard Branson of Virgin says, yeye ana take care of staff members. If you take care of your staff, if you take care of your team will take care of your customers.
True. Really is true.
You know, you have to, there's a time someone spoke to one of our team members in a manner that I did not like, and I came down on them like a sledgehammer. I don't want their business if they're going to disrespect my team.
The company,
I don't want that business. Because if I don't show my team that I can protect them as a leader, then they cannot protect the company.
It's true. It's true.
You see,
true,
our team now, if somebody says something wrong about our organization on any of the platforms, the whole team will know about it. Because we are protecting each other. If somebody said something about one of us on social media, the others will know about it because we all follow each other. We all are admins on each other's pages. So it will be caught like that. It's a tight-knit team. And you see organizations that work like that actually eventually retain more clients. It's not about getting new clients all the time. A lot of the time is about retention. Because if you retain your clients, if you retain your staff, if you create a community, then you never ever you almost never have to advertise. Because watu watakuwa tu wanaletana. Your referrals will bring people back to you.
Referrals mostly.
You know what I mean? You will be dealing with referrals. But the moment you become a customer-centered organization that doesn't take care of their people, then
I've seen companies that run like that somebody feels like they're out of place or things are being done the wrong way. Like you said, it's about the leadership. Because I mean, are you a boss or are you a leader? Because the ones that are being run with bosses, those ones are like, somebody comes up and says, Maze, I think these lights, we're supposed to put them like this because they're casting shadows or whatever. This one is fired. This one is becoming a nuisance. Is becoming. How dare you? No, you're fired. And the next one who's going to come, it probably might notice the same thing, and they'd be like, I don't care. So you're here dealing with this one who doesn't care. They're like, and those are the people who are going to waste things and they're going to run your company down because they're like, after all, the guy at the top is doing it. Who am I to take care of things down here? So it trickles down.
And
so,
also,
finish. So when you know how to deal with your customers, first that comes from you. It trickles down. By the time it's getting down to the customers, boss. I'll be like, I went to this place, I was treated well. Don't go there, go here. Referrals. Billboard zitakusave hiyo pesa utalipa mtu hiyo pesa. Unaona, so
leaders bring people together.
Bosses
don't. Bosses just
crack whips.
Yeah.
Fanya.
Yeah.
Okay, fanya,
So,
sawa.
what I'd like to
watakuibia ende kufungua bizingine hapo kando na vitu zako.
That's it. What I'd like to leave people here with is today is let us do our due diligence. Let us know why we're doing stuff. Whether we're borrowing, saving, lending, whatever it is we're doing, let us know why. Let us ask those difficult questions when we don't understand the terms and conditions. Let us understand exactly what we're signing up to. You know what I mean? Let us know, I'm saving, yes, but if I had an emergency, how long would it be before I can access my funds?
Yes.
And in the meantime, if I can't access my funds over a certain period of time, do I have another source of income? If not, then I won't save all my money in a locked account. I will put some of it in another account that I can easily access, so that whenever I have a surplus, I can take that and put it in a locked account. So for example, if I know generally nikiwa na emergency inakwanga 5 to 10k, ndachukua hiyo 5k niweke kwa account, si ndio? Hii ingine. Pole nikipitisha 5k, anything above that 5k, I take and put it in a locked account. You know, so that I know I always have a buffer.
Yes.
You know, so literally, let us just find out our financial situation, our financial needs, and this only comes by us assessing how we spend, what we're spending on. You see what I mean? Yeah. So, guys, all I can say is let us do our due diligence. Let us not spend because people are spending, lend because people are lending, save because people are saving, borrow because people are borrowing. Let us not invest because people are investing. Let us find out why we are investing in what we are investing in. And if you're a leader, be kind to your people and protect your people. Protect your people like a selfless person, and protect them like a helpless child. Be intentional about protecting your people. Like literally, mtu asiambie mtu wako kitu. It's really that simple. Yes, of course kuna saa zingine mtu anaenda vibaya na unamkosoa, unamwambia hapo au kutupoa, apologize on their behalf to your customer. Don't make your person apologize for it. You apologize as the leader. Because when this happens, it's not just the person mwenye amefanya makosa, it's you as the leader, because you should have empowered them to make sure that this didn't happen.
Exactly.
So when there's an apology to be given, don't frog march your person to the customer and say, apologize. You know, you learn why it happened.
The next 5 customers will have it.
But you find out why it happened and go and deal with the situation. So, Mimi Night Atieno, thank you so much for joining us today. Na nimeshuka kwa hii wagon.
Mine is very simple. Not every new thing is a bad thing. Just do your homework, find out what it's about. If it's for you, take it. If it's not, leave it. And mulipe madeni. Whether it's to yourself or it's to the other person, debts are not cute. Especially the unpaid ones. Lipa too. It saves you a whole deal of stress and unnecessary baggage. Other than that, muwe na siku njema sana, smile. Beautiful day.
Thank you so much for joining us. And
see you
again on Friday for a fiery, feisty.
Kutakuwa na makelele huko. Friday we want to be sober and collected. Ati uye lipeni madeni. Tutaambia vile mlipe madeni ama mlipe madeni. Decide. Wacha nisianze Friday sahi. Nawapenda.
Thank you so much for joining us, and have a good day, and we shall leave you with a message from our sponsor, Beyond Fish.
Feel free to call the numbers down.
Piga simu kule samosa nani. Kula samaki.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Moving around.